Hello, everybody. It's October 21st, and you guys have made it through almost the first week of this very accelerated class. So there were several things that were due last night. If you weren't able to get to them, remember you have those 5 days to get them done, except for the discussions. And I'm looking at the introduction discussion. It looks like most of you have posted in that, so that's good. Most of you have gotten that work done. A few of you may not have gotten all of it done, so make sure you go in there. There's some really low-hanging fruit free points this first module 0, so make sure you get in there and get that stuff done. I know it kind of opened up and it was fast moving. Some of you started in late, so jump in and make sure you get some of that stuff done. So what do you have coming up? So right now, you should be working on, if you haven't already done it, is this module 1, which this is going to be due on Sunday, right? Yes, Sunday. So the information in here, and again, there's more in this module 0 and module 1 probably than any of the other modules. So I don't know how that happened. So you've got a couple things to do in here. You've got another quick discussion. Both these initial discussions are really kind of having you sort of explore your thoughts on some of these topics. Quick comment on this module. You'll see that you have these discussion study centers, and really the intent of this, you don't have to do anything in here. This is just really a place for you to share with each other. If you've done the guided notes and you want to share them out with the rest of the class, that's a place to do it. If you just want to help each other with assignments, that's a place to do it. There's nothing that you have to put in here. I don't really look at it because it's really meant for you as the students to communicate with each other in there. As you're getting ready for your Unit 1 quiz, make sure you take a peek at this Unit 1 self-check. So in here, it just kind of goes over some of the highlights of the different concepts. And so you can kind of check, right? You can go through, check. Did I get that right? And then move on to the next question and go through and check. And so I have that. They're the same ones that are in the book. So if you're doing it in the book, it's redundant. However, I have it all listed here for you to be able to quickly kind of go through and review and check your knowledge. So I highly recommend you get that done prior to taking that first test. Another quick thought for you guys on the test, there are these guided lecture notes. And so if you download the guided lecture notes or you open them up on your computer, whichever way is easiest for you, that's a great way as you've gone through the chapter to kind of highlight things that are most important. For those of you who bought the book, what I've had other students do is they just highlight in the book as they're reading through it and kind of cross-referencing with the lecture notes. So that's kind of just some tips and tricks on how to do well. You do get 2 tries at the quiz. So if at first you don't succeed, try again. So you do have 2, and even if you do well on the first one, because it pulls from a bank of, I think, 50 questions. So if you do well on that, I would recommend taking it twice anyway, just so that you have experience with it. So these quizzes are pretty low stakes. They're 15 points, but it just kind of gets you ready for that. Make sure you do your module 1 conclusion, because that's free points as well. So it just kind of, it's a way for you to wrap up in your head, what did I learn? What's important? What can I take away from this? Then on to what's happening this next week. The 2 things you're going to be working on starting today, if you haven't finished up module 1, we're going to move into nutrition science and information literacy, and then also kind of my topic that I like, more of like the physiology of what's going on in your body. So there's a couple things here. So module 2, you'll be looking at just research studies. Nutrition has so much crazy research out there, doesn't it? And so this just really takes you through how to critically look at some of this research, having you kind of take a peek at that, take a look at the placebo effects. There's a couple little videos in here. Your discussion is to use this, we call it the CRAP test. So really evaluating nutrition research and how do you know if it's good. So a couple extra little things here in this week. Same thing, module self-checks, unit quiz. And remember, both module 2 and module 3 open today. Both of the discussions are due by Wednesday of next week. The initial discussion is due by Wednesday of next week. So you might want to jump into both of these modules and find out, what is that discussion going to be and start there perhaps. looking for the discussion. Here it's on the microbiome for Unit 3, and then finding valid research information for Unit 2. So I know it's a lot, but you guys are taking this course in half the amount of time that a normal semester would be. So that's just kind of how it rolls, I guess. So I would take a look at those, get that in there as quickly as possible, put a note to yourself to go back in and do the 2 responses, because I know sometimes that could be a challenge. So that's what's going on there. I have something fun. Okay, so when you get to Module 3, I just love this module. So I always throw this question out to students. So if you're watching this video, I want you to respond before you watch the actual where does all the fat tissue go. So I love this concept because I'm really into chemistry. I'm really into like what's going on in the body and metabolism, and students want to know about that. So here's my question to you. So if you weigh 200 pounds and you lost weight down to 150 pounds, you've lost 50 pounds of mass, right? So you have 50 pounds. It's not straight fat, but it's a good chunk of it's probably going to be fat tissue, some muscle, probably some water. How does that 50 pounds primarily leave your body? Where does it go? Like, how does it get out of you? Where does it leave your body? So throw a quick thing into the announcement. Just put a quick reply. And then when you watch the video, hopefully you'll be enlightened as to where it goes. And it's cool information. It'll get you primed for what happens with metabolism. So Module 3, we're going to be talking a little bit about those kinds of things, digestion and absorption, which is so important. And we will hit on digestion and absorption a little more in depth as we go through each of those energy, nutrients, and vitamins and minerals. Microbiome, hot topic. So an interesting area to look at. I was thinking about it. I just got this recent research study. Does your gut even need healing? Debunking the myths and trends around gut health, and looking at some of the hacks. I haven't read it yet, so I can't tell you what's in it. But when I read it, I'll throw it out to you guys because it's always good information. It's a cool thing about nutrition. There's always some stuff that's coming out that's interesting for all of us. So that's kind of what you have going on for Module 3 and Module 2. Again, both of them open. I'd probably jump in and take a quick peek at the discussion items, get those started, get those done, knock those things off. And then kind of go through and download those guided lecture notes, take a peek at what you need to get out of the lecture, and start working your way through each of these. So the Module 2 is going to be due next Thursday. Module 3, other than the discussion, is going to be due by a week from this Monday, so the 30th. Again, I recommend going in this way versus using the app. You're better off to do this not on your phone, because the phone and the app just don't work so great with Canvas. And again, you're going to see it, for some reason, especially these play posits that are in here, kind of like where's the fat tissue go, they just don't show up as well unless you're going into it this way. So just recommending doing that. Anyway, great start to this semester. If you guys have any questions, if you just I need to have a meeting with, you want to have a meeting with me, you want to jump on Zoom, totally available for that. I'm a little less available today and this weekend, but I will find time and squeeze it in if you're just having some questions about things. My office hours are on Monday, so I'm on campus on Monday. You probably noticed that. And then I have Zoom office hours on Tuesday. But I'm available to set up a time that works for you. So if you have questions, or if you're just like, hey, can you just give me a phone call? I just need to talk through something. That's what I'm here for. That's what I do. It's my job. So don't hesitate ever to give me a call, or let me know you want me to give you a call, I guess, because you don't have my actual cell phone number, but I'm happy to talk to you that way. Anyway, have a great weekend and keep rolling with it. Don't get behind. This class moves fast. I think most of you have done these 8-week classes before, so you're ready for it. And I hope you enjoy the material.